Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy RL Knuckles here to give you something new, and I was talking about it in my Resident Evil video 3 video, is that I'm gonna do my thoughts about the game. Now, this isn't a review, and I said this before in my video. I feel as though I don't have a right. Grant, this is just my opinion. I don't have a right to give a full review on this game because I never played the original. Normally, when you play a remake, you want to like compare it to its original. Like, did it still have the core values the original one had? Like, did it still keep the they still keep what made the game great? It wasn't new aspects that they make towards it. So I never played the Resident Evil 3, the original one. So like, I don't want to. I don't want to like. I really can't compare to two when I have. Well, I can't compare it from talking to other people, but it's like I said, I can't give a fair review and be like, okay, the original one is better than the remake, because I haven't played the original one. I think you follow my drip. So I'm gonna go with my negatives and positives. So I'm gonna start with the negatives first. I always feel as though it's always end reviews on a positive note. Well, not reviews, but so it kind of is like a review, but not fully. Like, I'm not gonna give it a score. I'll say rather buy it or rent it or something like that. So there you go. So one of the negatives I have with the game is the length of the game. It's not all that long. Now, granted, I did videos like making videos. It's gonna take longer to beat the game. Pause, because you have to do editing and upload it. It takes like some hours upload it on YouTube, then the space on the computer. So it's like I had to wait a couple of times. But honestly, if I wasn't recording, I could have been done with this game in like maybe 2 or 3 days, like pretty much the weekend at least. Like, it's not all that long. Again, what I've noticed is that I think in Maximilian's video, when he played the game, when he played, he was like, yeah, this game's like it was already like 2/3 in from the original one. So it's like it's almost rushing, and that was my concern when I think the game was first announced. It was coming in April, and we were like towards like winter, like the beginning of winter or something like that. We're like, okay, for me, I'm like, yo, that's kind of soon. But I mean, granted, there have been games, late announcement but early release, and they've been good, like Mortal Kombat 11. It was announced in December, and we got gameplay trailer in January. Game came out in April. Game does well, but with this game, I just feel as though it was like kind of rushed. You can get done with this game in so long, and so quick. I feel as though like this game could have been almost like a DLC pack almost to Resident Evil 2, because this game's not all that long. Like, it'll take you, like, if you're really into it, like die hard, like playing hours, you could get done with this game and get done with this game in a day. Honestly, hell, a buddy of mine told me, said him and his friend, granted, it was on normal and assisted, so I mean, assisted, I don't know, but he said they beat it in pause. They completed the game in 4 hours, so like, maybe that's a little bit exaggerating, but you know what I mean. Like, in other words, like pretty much everyone's saying, like, the game's not all that long. Like, it won't take you that long to finish this game. So like, I feel as though like it would have been a little bit longer, because Resident Evil. Now, I will say this: I will compare it to at least Resident Evil 2's remake. So I'll compare it to those two. So yeah, Resident Evil 2 is a little bit longer, and after you beat the game with one of the with Leon or Claire, you'll have to finish the game again with a different character with a different ending. So that's what kind of made the game longer. But despite that, though, I still felt as though I had to do things longer with Leon than what I did compared to Jill and stuff. So like I said, this game wasn't on that long. And one of the negatives that I feel so some people might kill me for is Nemesis. Now, hear me out. I'm saying Nemesis. Who is bothering me today? So I'm saying Nemesis due to the fact that Nemesis doesn't really appear that much, like chasing you wise. So I was asking a couple of people, and they pretty much told me, like, from the original one, Nemesis is pretty much following you like throughout most of the game. In this remake, not so much. I mean, if you count the beginning part of it, when like you start as Jill running out of her apartment, I don't know if you can necessarily count that. But here's the thing: so he's really full out chasing you when you're trying to get back to the subway station. like after you restore power, he's chasing you then, and then he's chasing you when you get into the subway. Like when you're in the subway, then he like comes in, chases you there, and then the other time he chases you is like really not really chasing you, but he's like using a rocket launcher. Other than that, though, like you see him as boss fights. He doesn't really stalk you in this one. Like it's just really one whole it's like there's really one whole major chase. And honestly, what you saw in the demo, not demo, but like when we got like the early gameplay of Resident Evil 3 before the demo came out, pretty much what you saw with Nemesis chasing you, that was mostly it with his chasing scenes. Other than that, though, you find him as bosses, but like, yeah, he doesn't appear all that much. I'm thinking like, yo, he's gonna follow you throughout most of the game, but that didn't happen. And also, IGN wrote an article saying that Nemesis is apparently can break into safe rooms. That wasn't the case. Now, granted, I was playing it in normal mode. Like, I guess it's happening in hardcore mode, which I feel as though that should have been the case. Like, if he should have said that at least in the article. I didn't remember reading it saying only in hardcore mode. I mean, I'm pretty sure it has to be in hardcore mode. You can't just sit here and lie and say, oh, he doesn't chase you, he doesn't break in at all when it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't bring it to the saves in normal mode, which I was expecting that, but that didn't happen. So, and yeah, and here's the thing. In terms of being chasing, like, I'm going to compare it to Mr. X and Resident Evil 2. Now, in Resident Evil 2, I said this before in my last videos that I feel as though in Resident Evil 2, it's more scary with Mr. X chasing because you have to complete puzzles. He'll appear random. Like, you won't know when he gets there. Like, same with Nemesis in the original version, but like, he'll come anywhere. Like, times you're like, okay, I'm good. You hear his footsteps, you're like, oh my god. Like, when you first encounter him, he pretty much blocks your way of like going through the room where the helicopter crashed. You have to, lead him outside, run, get to the key, where like do a puzzle, go to the library, and he's literally chasing you throughout that progress. And it's like, it's scary just hearing his footsteps right there. Now, here's the difference between Mr. X and Nemesis. Mr. X, you can easily run away from him. Like, he is easy to fool. Whereas Nemesis, not so much. Like, he's better. It's harder to run away from him because he can pull you with his tentacles. He can jump forward like that. Like, he is do like a leap to get to where you're at. Like, he's very smart in what he does. He can get the he'll plant something in the zombies, making them more stronger. So in terms of chasing, Nemesis is more harder to chase. But like in terms of has you worried more? It's Mr. X. Like he appears throughout most of the game. Like pretty much how Mr. X chases you in Resident Evil 2. That should have been the amount of time used in Nemesis in Resident Evil 3. I mean, minus, the boss fights. Like, the boss fights, that's a boss fight. He does not really chasing you in terms of that. So, Nemesis was kind of really a bit disappointing. Like, his boss fights were fun. It's just that he didn't chase me all that much as I thought he would. That's a little bit disappointing. And the third part of the negative is, like, I didn't have much replay value. Like, the only time I went back and played a game was, getting the locker codes, pretty much getting all the items. Other than that, I mean, granted, there is still the 4 vs 1 online Resident Evil Resistance. I'll get my hands on that, but I just want to talk about the actual Resident Evil 3 main game first. But not really much replay value. Like, it's not really much for me to like go back and play the game again. I mean, granted, it said it was going to have one ending, and that's completely fine. I had no problem with that, but it's like, is there anything that makes me want to replay the game again? Like, is there any secrets that I missed? I mean, like I said, there are some safes that I missed, but it's not like I'm all for getting it all again. You know what I mean? Like Resident Evil 2, I guess maybe it was better to have a different ending, like 2 different endings or whatever. Well, there's a different ending in Resident Evil 3. Like, if you don't kill Nikolai or whatever the hell his name is, I forgot his name. If you don't kill him in time, he kills you and Carlos, and that's the bad ending right there. So, and then you have the good ending when, Carlos and Jill leave, and that's about it. That's the 2 different endings. Whereas Resident Evil 2, and most likely, Leon's like the first character you beat the game with, or you do it Claire. But most likely, it's like Leon's the first one. It kind of feels more right to having cleared the game with Leon first. When you clear the game with the first character, you have to go back, play the second character, play again from their from their perspective, and then you'll eventually meet up together. And you'll have to deal with the final boss, and you'll actually get the complete ending. So there really wasn't much replay value for me, at least, when playing Resident Evil 3. Now on to the good. The pros, I like the characters. I thought Jill was great. She was a badass. She definitely she has no. You can tell she does not hold back against anyone from Umbrella. Like, she knows how Umbrella is, and she was just a badass feeling, man. Like, I just feel as though her performance in this game could, have get her appearance in Smash Bros. Ultimate. It really could. Like, she was amazing. Like, she knows how to handle her own, and she doesn't have a man to help her. Now, granted, Carlos did have to. Granted, this will be spoilers. Carlos, like, unless, I mean, granted, people know about it already, but like, Carlos gave her the antidote or whatever, like the vaccine. But it's not like she needed anyone to. It's not like she needed some macho man to save her all the time or something like that. You get where I'm coming with that. So yeah, like, Jill was awesome. Carlos was really, really cool. Like, he was, very caring about the people. I'm pretty sure he was like that in the original one too. He was funny. Like, he was the man. Like, it shed some light on him, man. I feel as though, granted, I know he's not a big popular Resident Evil character, but I feel as though with him, his performance in this game, so hey, maybe you can possibly bring him back, you know what I mean? So that's awesome. Now, the villains like Nikolai, Nemesis, like I said, Nemesis was cool during the boss fights, but I'm not saying the overall the character was whack. I'm just disappointed how, he doesn't chase you all that much. So really, it's like, there's not really many characters in this one. Granted, it wasn't many characters in Resident Evil. Slightly more in Resident Evil 2. In this one, not so much in Resident Evil 3. Not so much. So, another pros, Easter eggs, when you're going back to the police station with Carlos, you're going to run into like familiar territory, the save room for Leon. And then he basically says, "Oh, these cameras can kill. This would work." And then we see the welcome aboard Leon sign or whatever. It's like, "Oh, Leon, crap, shitty first day for you, huh?" Like, it's pretty much cool to run back in Resident Evil 2. Then the doors, the different the diamond door, the closed door is like, "What's this?" Like, it was very funny. And seeing the lookers again was actually pretty cool too. So it was dope. Now, one thing that I liked was the knife it's unlimited. Like, it bothered me in Resident Evil 2 how it's like, I can't use a knife throughout all the time. It's like, really? Like, I understand the realistic stuff, but it's like, come on, man. Like, let me be able to use this knife forever. Like, it would just bother me when times I'm like, yo, I can't use the knife right now. Like, what? So yeah, that was very, very annoying. Knife's unlimited in this one. Great. Presentation was great. Just like Resident Evil 2 remake. Presentation was good in this, great in that one. Presentation is great in this one. Nothing else needs to be said. I mean, pretty much like the same thing from 2 and 3. Like, presentation is exactly the same, but just from what you went from PlayStation to this, it's pretty awesome. Now, this mechanic I did not really do all that much, and I'm like an idiot for not doing it. And it's the dodge mechanic. I liked it because when you see the zombies like run in towards you when they're near you, in Resident Evil 2, you can't really like outrun them, they'll grab you. Or in this one, you can dodge them. And here's the thing, I completely forgot about the dodge until like towards the end of the game. Like, I was using it a lot when I was using it a lot facing Nemesis and stuff like that. So that was my fault for not trying to do the dodge mechanic, but I thought it was very good. Granted, at times it's like, when you see a slight animation there, but times you're like, you'll do it, but it's like, did I really do that right? It's not really like a, what's that word I'm looking for? Why did I say that? Like, animation show, like, oh, I've dodged it, but like, when you see like the dodge in this frame right now, like, psh, like a really like quick flash right there, that's when you actually done the dodge mechanic, which I thought that was pretty good. And I think the last thing I want to say is that, Resident Evil 3 Remake gives people a chance like me that haven't played the original one to, relive the aspects of this game, have our view of it, you know what I mean? Like, I not everyone had a PlayStation. I didn't have a PlayStation at all. Granted, it did come on the GameCube, but that's when I was a little bit scared to play this type of games. But yeah, like, I never got a chance to play the original one. The closest thing I had to playing the original third one was the Umbrella Chronicles. And the Umbrella Chronicles are basically the stories of Resident Evil 1, 3, 0, 1, 3, total by Wesker, playing like a House of the Dead style type of gameplay. So that was the closest thing I had of playing Resident Evil 3. Now I didn't get the here's the thing, I don't get the full core of it because like I said I didn't play the original one. And look at how this game is by being not the length being short. It's like I don't think I got that full meal of Resident Evil 3. You know what I mean? Do I play the original one in the future? Maybe not. Depends on my mood. But I feel as though it might be better than this third one, though. I mean, like I said, in the end, like I enjoyed this game, but for $60, I really don't know. Like, especially for the the length of the game, it's like definitely not worth it. It's not, in my opinion. I don't think it's I don't think it's a $60 game. Maybe between 40. That might be pushing it. I think 50 will probably be better. Now, also, it might be better. You might be better off getting this game, borrowing it from a friend. Like, as soon as he finishes the game, it'd be like, hey, have it. Like, my one friend, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna let him borrow this game when he's done finishing. I'm let him borrow Resident Evil 2. He's playing that game right now. Once he's done with that one, I'll let him borrow this game right here. So it's like I said, I enjoyed this game. I really did. But like for $60 though, and the length of this game, it's like, listen, it's not a bad game. It's not. Like, obviously you're a fan of this series. I feel though you are gonna get it, like you'll be worth it. Like I'm a fan of this series too, but it's like I'm just like, I don't know that the money is worth it. Like I said, it's a fun game. Definitely check it out if you're a fan. Like definitely check this game out. But like, you might be better off borrowing it from a friend or maybe perhaps renting it. So yeah. But the rumor is now there's Resident Evil 4 or 4 remake already in development because since 2, 3 have had good success, and now I'm also here. By next year there's going to be a new Resident Evil 8. So hey, Resident Evil's on the rise right now, and they're doing good. So. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video. This is my first ever thoughts of a game. Not overview. It's just like my thoughts of the game. Giving my opinion on it and what you guys think maybe should buy it or pass it. Like I said, here's the thing. Don't go by what I say all the time because we all got different opinions. You might like some game that I don't like. It's don't ever go by what people. I am telling you. You're better off if you're renting or borrowing from a friend. But like I said, you might have a different take on it, and that's good. It's good to have our own opinions. There's not really a best reviewer out there because you're giving out a different opinion. Now, granted, if you say some BS things where it's like, okay, that doesn't make any sense, well, call people out on it. Like I said, if there's some things I miss in this review, kind of from the original one, from the remake, let me know. I'll be happy to learn what I did. So, anyways. Let me know what you guys think about this. Hey, so I'm sorry about that. I noticed that the camera kind of cut off that part of the video. The camera just turned off on me randomly. I don't know what happened. I must have done something. But anyways, yeah, like I said, just leave a comment section below down there, and let me know what you think about Resident Evil 3. That you thought it was good. Is it worth buying at $60? Should it be cheaper? Would you borrow it? So yeah, I mean, and also I also didn't know talk about this. Was it that scary? I mean, there were scary scenarios, but it wasn't I wasn't truly scared. You know what I mean? Like I said, there were some scary parts in it, but not the whole game felt really. The whole game wasn't the whole entire game wasn't scary. And also, a slight thing what I liked about the game was that, like I said, 2 and 3 took place in Raccoon City, and I said this in my playthrough. I feel as though in 2, you immediately at the police station. To the garage. You were in some parts of the city, but not in the inner city. Whereas Resident Evil 3, and you were in the city throughout most of the time. You were in the inner parts of the city. Then towards the end, you're at the hospital. Then out at the lab. But you actually have to explore the city more. So it's not you're visiting the same exact places in last one. But yeah, of course, there's going to be a couple familiar places because 2 and 3 are happening at the same time. But it's not the scenery was the same exact place. Yeah, I want to get it off. And I'll end this video by Jill Valentine saying the funniest line in the video game, and I'm guessing blah. Let's finish eating. A lot of breath. I came ran down here. I don't know why. But anyways, I end this video right here, and like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Oh wow, he looks angry. Oh, let's get into the water.
Bitch can't even swim.
That's funny.